How much money do we pay those countries in foreign aid? Sir, we pay them $750 million. It's a lot, not big compared to what some countries get, stupidly. But we pay them $750 million. I said, please inform them that starting tomorrow morning, they are not getting any more foreign aid.
Breaking overnight, workers at the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, in Washington were told to stay home this morning. The main office closed. They received an email shortly after midnight telling them, don't come in. This is the latest development on the future of USAID after both President Trump and, maybe more importantly, Elon Musk said it needed to be shut down.
It's been run by a bunch of radical lunatics, and we're getting them out. USAID, run by radical lunatics, and we're getting them out, and then we'll make a decision.
Okay, hello beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. So just at the beginning of this video, perhaps I was lazy, a lot lazier today, not to do a lot of explanations, but I have just played for you a clip that pertains, or two different clips that pertain the one master of sanctions. I'd love to call him the master of sanctions and doublespeak, Mr. Donald Trump. And so recently, this news has sent shockwaves, of course, across the world. The withdrawal of the USAID, or as might be liked by other people, the USAID, which has been a vital agency of providing humanitarian aid across the world. And the master of doublespeak and Mr. Sanctions himself, Donald Trump, decided drastically, this time with his entourage of billionaires and multi-billionaires, that it is time to cut short that aid without notice. Once again, it sent shockwaves across the world, and people had so many reactions, different reactions to that news. In today's video, I just want to sample a few reactions by some people. So, and then after that, maybe you can also have our own reaction on this channel. So let's just sample a few randomly picked different reactions. So I will help by reading out this. So one of these says, do people understand the massive humanitarian crisis caused by USAID abruptly pulling out of countries around the world? USAID, a vital agency dedicated to global development and humanitarian aid, has played a crucial role in improving health, education, and economic stability in vulnerable regions. Imagine being employed with your only source of income suddenly cut off. Now consider the clients and beneficiaries who rely on these services and what happens to their care and support. Do people truly grasp the real life implications of this situation? Where are the ethical standards of fairness, empathy, and responsibility for another human being? At the very least, shouldn't people be given time and opportunity to find alternative solutions before such drastic measures are taken, quote unquote? Let's sample someone else. This other person says, instead of totally dismantling USAID or USAID, there could have been a task force to do a thorough review to check how resources are used and distributed instead of taking a dictatorship position. Statement led by our special government employee. It's disheartening to see so many who suffer need help. something about the writing, but let's just get the message. And then he continues to say, she, supplies get sent but held on ships with no way trucks to distribute it. Workers being told to return home. Let's sample another one. I have traveled extensively, more than 40 countries, and lived overseas for 30 years. And I have personally witnessed the benefits of USAID policies in countries like Ethiopia during the famine. Mark my words when I say the US will regret its decision to cancel USAID. It shows a complete lack of understanding of how US interests overseas can affect our national security. Then again, the current administration is clueless. Not my words. Okay, let's sample one more. Africans are also, as Africans, we are also tired of handouts from other countries when we know we have whatever it takes to be self-sustaining. If you see anyone, whether from Africa or the West, pissed off by this move, just know their looting ground has been dismantled. Continues to say, to the Americans, USAID has been a legal channel to corrupt taxpayers' money, quote unquote. And then the last one, it's time for African youths, who are the majority, to elect leaders who are not corrupt, leaders who will utilize their resources to help their citizens without any support from European countries. It is so sad for African countries to seek help from foreign countries, and they kept billions of shillings or billions of money in the same countries. We are learned, we have resources and knowledge, while still depending on donations after 60 years since independence. I guess that's definitely an African. So those are different people's reactions we have just sampled. Of course, from the tone of the messages, you could tell some are continental Africans and some are Americans who either live in America and there are a ton of different reactions. I can't just sample all of them in this particular video. But what I wanted to draw to our attention is the fact that if you go down there and do your small research, just like I did, you'll find that people are actually not happy. People are saddened by this move, and especially that it was so drastic. It was unannounced, and personally, I'd say I'm not oblivious of the fact that this has a lot of personal, economical, social, and political implications on some thousands and thousands of people. Nonetheless, there is one gentleman's reaction that I want to share with you. Let's listen to what he is saying, and I'll probably want to tell you who the guy is and why I really decided or chose on him for sampling as well. So let's listen into this great gentleman.
I saw some people the other day crying, oh, I don't know, Trump has removed money. He said he's not giving us any more money. Watu wanalia. Why are you crying? It's not your government, it's not your country. He has no reason to give you anything. I mean, you don't pay taxes in America. He is appealing to his people. Shauri yenu bana. This is a wake-up call for you to say, okay, what are we going to do to help ourselves? Instead of crying, tujiulize, what are we going to do? Haya, ametoa hiyo pesa, sasa tutafanya namna gani jameni? What are we going to do? Yeah? To support ourselves. because nobody is going to continue holding out a hand there to give you. It is time for us to use our resources for the right things. We are the ones who are using them for the wrong things. Yeah? The bullets and the guns we buy, we're not given for free. We buy them. And we're not buying them to go and fight wars off our shores. We are fighting our own people. Hapa hapa too. Yeah? Brother killing sister, sister killing brother. Over stupid things. Yeah? Let us work together to bring an end to all of that and to focus ourselves on those issues that really matter for our people.
So that's a hell of a reaction to the withdrawal of the USAID. So the USAID, as you might already have an idea, is a 60 years old or over 60 years old agency that has been helping across the world. Of course, sponsored by the United States of America. Now, let's go to this gentleman here. And I said in the very beginning, listen to this good gentleman means I have maybe a soft spot for that message that he has or the guy. Some of you know the guy, but just in case you don't know who that is, so that is the former president of the Republic of Kenya, former President Uhuru Kenyatta. In his message, he clearly says a few things just in that short period of time. Stop crying over the cutting short of help. Stand up and help yourself. You are not owed and you do not owe someone else outside of your jurisdiction anything. And that's so much in a very short period of time. It's a wake-up call, he has said. And this might sound like drastic, but once again, I have to reiterate that I am not oblivious and nobody is oblivious of the fact that now so many lives have been affected by this. Health sector, security, education, and just social life. Guess how many people in my own country of Kenya went home. I mean, that day, they closed their office, went home, and they did not know that the following day there was no job for them and their families and their dependents and everybody that looks up to them. It's a serious, serious crisis right there. But I still think, and I want to hold on to the views of the former president of the Republic of Kenya, along with many other Africans, that it is time they stopped the master of sanctions, stop dangling that help onto our faces so he can have his foot on our throats. Now we cannot be controlled like that, because simply the help that they are dangling like this, like dangling a bone, from a height to a hungry dog, just gives them an upper hand, to be so controlling and patronizing. He just withdrew that without notice, and we probably have nothing we can do because it's his money after all. The president just said, you don't pay tax in that country, so he owes you nothing. So what's next for us as Africans? So in one of the local communities in Kenya, in fact, in Swahili, they have a strong say that goes like this. He who, and I'll translate it into English. So he who that depends to eat, to be fed by their brother, will die a poor man. He who that is fed by their brother, always fed by their brother, will die a poor man. Simply means if you can't get up, stand and go work for yourself and sort yourself out, you'd never make it. In one of my videos recently, we were talking about that everybody has their selves to take care of, to look after. Everybody has to take care of their own issues. Stop focusing on someone else's issues and making them your issues so much that you forget that it is not even your mess you're trying to clean. Everybody to clean up their mess, take responsibility of their own problems, and become self-reliant enough. we in Africa are richer than any of those controlling units of the West, so-called the West, a global North. I mean, Europe and America. But do we ever really, that's not reflective of this situation on the ground, because we are still so dependent, even though we produce everything, but it's not helping us. It's time to gather our things, to come back as a people of our own, stop the petty mere politics of here and there, and forge a way forward, a focused way forward as Black people and as Africa. Now, he has officially, Donald Trump and his entourage have already put sanctions on the country of South Africa for one reason, because of land expropriation, because of taking back land that was grabbed by the white settlers and giving it back to South Africa. Now he's so mad because his white people are being asked to give back what they forcefully got from Black people. So simply, I said in my last video, simply it's telling us, Black people, wake up. Whenever one of them is touched from the farthest corner of the globe, even the one at the farthest other corner will react in support. But what happens to us? We're playing mere politics of division and fighting against one another instead of coming together as a unit. And when one of us is touched, all of us stand for that one. The strong message right there. I don't know what your reaction is on the events that are unfolding. It's still so early in his tenure as the president of the United States of America. It's time to buckle up, especially as Africa and Black people in and out of Africa, because it's going to be a bumpy ride, as you can already tell. Please share your thoughts, your opinions in the comments. Share and like this video, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel if you have not yet done that. Until next time, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.